Hello, YouTube. It's your boy Pop the Bounty Collector here with another video for you guys. So, in this video, I wanted to show you guys my Star Wars Celebration pin collection. So, I know in various videos, I showed you guys some of the fig pins that I picked up. I know I talked about that I am a Funko Pop and pin collector, but you guys really never seen my Star Wars Celebration pin collection. Pretty much what started it all of me collecting pins. So before I show you guys my pins, I do want to note that this pin collection habit rabbit hole, I want to blame Tony, aka Star Wars Sith. Tony, this is your fault. So Tony likes to blame me for him collecting Funko Pops. I am definitely 110% blaming him for collecting Star Wars Celebration pins. Now, these Star Wars Celebration pins mm, can be cheap if you get them at the con. The average price for a Star Wars Celebration pin is $10. Um, Now, some of these pins you could easily go up to the exhibit booth because the way Star Wars Celebration does, there's certain pins that you could get at the Star Wars Celebration store. It's a physical store that you go to that you have to make the queue, the line. Sometimes you have to win access to, and there's certain pins that you could only get there. The majority of the pins are either mystery pins, so you don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get two pins. It's $20. Break it down, 10 per pin, $10 per pin. Or you're gonna get like three packs. So like if they do like a certain theme, like if they're promoting, New Hope, maybe they'll put like C3PO, Luke, and an old Obi-Wan, right? That will be a pack. So all those kind of pins you can find at Star Wars Celebration store. The other pins you will have to get at the exhibit floor. Now, the way that works is sometimes, they do certain amount of pins per day. So if they get rid of 100 pins in a day, then they sold out. Maybe they spread it out through 4 days, 400 pins. Some you have to do purchases. So I know there was my first year in Orlando, 2017. There were some pins that I wanted, but they said you had to buy a $50 model kit, like building an AT-AT with glue, and I don't do that. I don't. I buy things that are built. That's why, like this year, I bought my first Lego because usually I just want to open the box and it's built already, and I could go, oh, "Wow, it's amazing." So when they said you get the pin for free, but you have to spend $50 and model kits, that doesn't work for me. There was this company called Stance, which sells socks. I'm good with socks. I'm not a big sock person. I just like plain Nike socks. I do work for Nike. So just the plain white socks with the black swoosh or black socks with the white swoosh, call it a day. So to spend money on a pair of socks and they want you to spend like up to $40 to $50 to get the pin for free, I'm not doing it. So my first year, which you'll see in the backpack, I didn't have that many pins. But throughout the years, I have seen Star Wars Celebration 2017 pins at cons, at pop events. Some of them I gained through trades. So that's a big thing. So we're going to be talking about pins. It's a lot. It's a deep, dark rabbit hole. Again, blame Tony for it. But now I love it. And that's kind of like one of my highlights of Star Wars Celebration is chasing the pins. going after the pins. So what I'm gonna show you is my Star Wars Celebration pins for 2017, pins for 2019 in Chicago, pins from Anaheim 2022. But remember, Anaheim was supposed to happen in 2020. So something very unique. In 2020, the pins that they designed, they sold them online. So they technically were Anaheim 2020 pins, but 2020 got canceled, but they still sold the merchandise. So I got those pins, and then I got the Anaheim 2022 pins. Now the 2023 Star Wars Celebration Euro slash London, I got the complete set. Now that is gonna be a separate video, so you're gonna have to come back for part two, of Star Wars Celebration pins. But I thought I showed you guys my pins collection, and then I also got some other pins that are not Star Wars Celebration related, but I'll share with you guys toward the end of this video. So there's a lot of people that collect pins, and they either put it like in a album, or they kind of pin them to like a little caulk board, and they have them throughout there. So I got this idea, obviously, from two people, Tony and another Star Wars Celebration fanatic, Eugene. They always came with pins on their backpack. So, like I said, I worked for the company Nike for many years, and Nike has this backpack, and it's the SB backpack, SB standing for skateboard. And in this backpack, they have little areas where people will actually put pins. So I thought that was like amazing. Like you could rock your backpack and have the pins that you want to represent. So I kind of went a little crazy. And right now I got one, two, I got six backpacks full of pins. And I got one backpack in the room, no pins in it, because that's for my Star Wars Celebration 2023 pin. So that would be, again, a separate video. So let's go ahead. And now I've talked a lot. I wanted to explain so you guys understand. But let's go ahead and go to the first backpack. So, oop, I kind of got caught on something. Hold on one second. So the first backpack, I'll put it close so you guys can see. Let's get this close so you guys can see right here. So this is a army backpack, and like I said, it is Nike. You guys can see right there, Nike SB army backpack. So this is the first one, and I want to say I actually took this back to Chicago, but I put my 2017 pins on here. So if you see my 2017 pins, I got a lot of the Rebels crew. I got old Han, old Obi-Wan, a Stormtrooper. I got your boy Dooku, Palps, Mace, Darth Maul, Kylo. Let's see, sorry. And no, that starts 2019. So 2017. So each year they change kind of like their art design. So these on the top and these right here are all from Orlando 2017. I wasn't able to get all of them, but these are the ones that I got for my first year Star Wars Celebration. So on the second row, I believe her name is Rose. Hopefully, I think her name is Rose. She is from the sequel movies. And then we go and start the third row, and you see BB-8, Ray, a clone trooper, your boy Captain Rex, Mace, Watto, Palps, Vader. You got Boba Fett, and you got a stormtrooper. So that is all Chicago. So I know there's a running joke, Chicago. So if you see the first 2 years, that I went to Star Wars Celebration, I tried my best to get all the pins. Usually there's roughly, anywhere from 30 to 40 pins to collect. So if you look for the first year, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 out of possibly 35, 40. So your boy didn't do too good, but again, it was my first year trying to understand, trying to how to get the pins. Second year, I did a little bit better. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, but still haven't got anything. Now, if you see the other row, these pins that you see Jago Fett. All right, this is a glow in the dark Jago Fett, all white. You see a Django, sorry, I said Jago. Django Fett. And then you see the Slave One. Those were exclusive to Chicago as well, but it was has nothing to do with these Star Wars Celebration pins. This was done by convention exclusive, a gentleman by the name of Tony, not Tony Star Wars Sith, but a guy named convention exclusive. His name is Tony. He was selling them in the booth, so we picked those up. And then now, okay, sorry, this bag is kind of heavy. So now we start with Star Wars Celebration 2020. So remember, I said 2020 was canceled, but they still sold the pins online. And if you could see, some of the pins that you could get in Star Wars Celebration are chases. So remember, I talked about mystery pins and how you can get two pins randomly in a box for $20. Well, that's where the chases come from. So the chases this year that was supposed to happen in Anaheim, but it got canceled, was Force Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi, Force Ghost Old Man Luke, Sith Ray, and then if you come down here, Unmask Vader and Unmask Rex. So those were the five chases, and I got lucky that I got all five. I believe I did like a trade with Tony because I had a double of one of the chases and he had a double one of the chases. So we got all five. And then you can see regular old man Luke, Palps, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper. I ain't gonna lie, I can't remember that character. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't kill me in the comments. Another character right here that I can't remember her name, but I know she's from the sequels. We got Obi-Wan, Anakin, we got your boy Rex, and we got Thrawn. Look at that Thrawn pin. I totally forgot that I had that Thrawn pin. Ahsoka, Darth Maul. Let's see who's next to Maul. Do we have anybody next to Maul? This bag is really heavy, folks. These pins weight a lot. So sorry if you hear any background sounds. We got BB-8. Now let's lift it up in the bottom. You have the armor. You have Grogu. And then this is where we start with Star Wars Celebration 2022 Anaheim. So you guys know I did not get the entire set for the 2020 that got canceled. So you see I put the pin, your boy started learning towards the third Star Wars Celebration that I should have bought these pins to start my pin collection, like letting them know Orlando, Orlando pins, Chicago pins. So I learned during 2020. So now this one right here says Anaheim 2021. Let me take a little break from holding it for a moment. Now, when we get closer, you see that it says Anaheim 2022. Now you see Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, Mace, and Yoda. So the first three pins, which is right here, Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan were part of a Road to Celebration pin collection. Now, what I learned the hard way is that there's 3-pack sets that they sell before celebration starts. So I only got these three. There was a 3-pack of the Mandalorian, which I believe came with um Bo-Katan. It came with Moff Gideon, and I can't remember the third person, but I'm like, I'll wait. I'll just get that when I go to Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim in California, and I go into the Star Wars Celebration store. Eh, nope, not for sale. So if you didn't order it while you got your ticket and for Star Wars Celebration, and this is like a pre-pins, like this is letting you know, like, hey, this is gonna happen before celebration, you're not gonna get it. So that's the first bag. Lay it right here. It's heavy. I don't know what I have in that bag, but it's heavy. All right. Let's go into the second bag. So the second bag this year, so this is Anaheim 2022. Another thing they did different from the other years is that they came out with 4 pilots. So X-Wing pilots pins that you could only get on that day. So Anaheim was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So each day you can only get one pin, and then that's it. The next day is a different pilot. So obviously this is Deborah. I want to say Deborah Chang is the person that did the Obi-Wan show. Obviously Dave Filoni. Um, there's the gentleman, I believe his name is Rick, that does also directing, but he calls himself Diggs. And then there's Carson. Obviously, everybody knows who Carson is, right? Carson's been a Mandalorian. Carson's been in Ahsoka. So those were the 4 pilots, but you could only get one pilot each day. So, and then the other two that are next to the pilot are chases. So this year in Anaheim, I wasn't able to get all the chases. But to me, I got the best chases out of the 4 that were available, and you'll see. So this is bag number 2. These are the 4 pilots. So what happened on Thursday, and in which I was really upset, on Thursday they gave us Friday's pin, and they didn't give me Thursday's pin. So when I went back on Friday to say, hey, you guys gave me Friday's pin and I need Thursday, they said, oh, sorry, we all sold out. So your boy had to go on eBay and pay, I think I paid like $25, which is still not bad, but the pins were only $10 at the con. So it was very disappointing that they didn't get their stuff together. So one thing I could definitely say about Anaheim, excuse my language, it was a shit show. And I don't want to necessarily blame the people that were working. It was just a simple fact that product did not arrive. So there were certain pins that did not arrive during the time of the con. They were giving out wrong pins on the wrong day. There was things like laid out all everywhere and nobody knew where to get more. So it was a little bit crazy. So those are the 4 pilots. I think this is Deborah. I want to say Deborah. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but this is Deborah. Obviously Carson, and this is Trapper Wolf, aka Dave Filoni. So I'm glad that I got all, especially Dave, but I got all the pilots. Then you got Han Solo and Carbonite as a pin, and that was a chase. So that was amazing. I know there was so many people that saw me with my backpack on, and they're like, "Hey, is that Han for trade?" No, it's not for trade. Then you got Black Chrysanthemum or Chrysanthemum. He was also a chase. Now, here you got a young Luke, right? Let me hold the backpack right. You got a young Luke here, and I want to say this Luke right here, you could only get when you bought a certain lanyard. So if you bought the lanyard at the celebration store, that's how you got this pin. If you didn't buy the lanyard, you weren't gonna get the pin. The next Luke, Jedi Luke. So if you are a VIP for Star Wars Celebration, you got that pin. If you were not VIP for Star Wars Celebration, the employees at the Star Wars Celebration store had those pins in their lanyards every day. And you had to go early and ask them, "Do you want to trade?" Now it was up to the employee if they like what you have to trade, and then they gave you this pin. So either you got a VIP ticket and you got the Jedi Luke, or you traded somebody at the store. Then, as you can see, you have Mando, Grogu, Ahsoka, Majesty. Sorry, am I holding? No, here we go. The Majesty's on there. So everything I kind of set this up. If you see Bad Batches in the middle, the next row you see R2, Clone Troopers, Django, Dooku, Bane, and then you see Boba Fett from Book of Boba, and then you got the OGs, and then you see, so fun fact, right? And I want to say, if I could be wrong, but I want to say this C3PO right here and this big, huge pen of Jabba the Hutt were in were Star Wars Celebration exclusives, but you had to hit a certain amount. So if you spend over $100, you earn the access to purchase C3PO pin. If you spent over either 200, I can't remember, it's 200 or 250, you were able to purchase the Jabba the Hutt. So this pin was huge. So you know your boy spend enough money to get both pins. You got Lando, then you start going into the sequels, which they only did a little bit, which I respect. Ray, Kylo, BB-8. That's it. We don't need no more. And then he saved the best for last. You got the Rebels crew. And I keep on forgetting that I own that Thrawn pin. But look at that. Hera, Thrawn, Sabine, Old Man Rex. Oh, I was so happy when I got this Ezra and then Darth Maul. Now this pin here is a Star Wars Celebration exclusive, but it wasn't part of this pins. This was like one of the booths. So see if you can get closer. You know your boy loves Darth Vader. And to have the half Darth, half Anakin, I need that. So that was the second pin, or second bag, sorry. All right, so we're gonna go to the third and last bag. So this one right here, I would like to call my miscellaneous Star Wars pins. So those are all my Star Wars Celebration pins. If you notice, I strategically put it from when I first started going to Star Wars Celebration, and then it continues in the other bag. But all those pins there were all Star Wars Celebration related. These pins are all Disney Springs, Disney.com, family members gave me. So I kind of go over the pins so you guys can see. So this is my Star Wars miscellaneous bag, but it's still pins. So I don't only collect Star Wars Celebration pins, I also collect Star Wars pins, period. So, we're going to start with Star Wars Day pins. So, may the 4th be with you. So, you have my first May the 4th be with you pin was from 2019. Again, I blame Tony. So you have every year from 2019 all the way to 2023, which 2023 was Greedo. I decided to purchase the big jumbo pin in 2022. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. That jumbo pin kind of took 2 spots, but yeah. So those are all the May the 4th be with you pins. Right next to the Guido is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pins that you could collect there. I think that was opening day pins. And then the third row, you see Star Wars. What is that? The Rise of Skywalker opening night. So I got that during opening night. The next 3 pins came and they were actually selling those in Regal Cinema. So the Kylo, the Sith Trooper, the battle between Kylo and Rey, those 3 pins were exclusive to Cinemark. So my girlfriend got me those pins. The R2 with the porks, my sister gave me those pins. My mom gave me the Stormtrooper that says pew pew. The next row, you'll see more Star Trooper in gold. You see a pop pin of a stormtrooper. My girlfriend gave me that Porg with Christmas. That was in Disney Springs. You have BB-8. So this one, oh, sorry. Make sure I get so you guys can see. Be proud, bold, and believe. I got that pin because I'm definitely a supporter and an ally to the LGBTQ plus community. So definitely wanted to support. These pins down here, there's little mini pins. I got these for Father's Day. And then you see Grogu dressed as Darth Maul holographic, as Ahsoka. And then you have Grogu as Darth Vader. I picked those up at MegaCon at a booth. Those are all custom pins. And then in the bottom, these were pretty dope. So I picked these up at Anaheim. So if you see these 3 pins right here, the lightsaber, the Naboo fighter, and the battle droid, all those are old. So the Naboo fighter and the battle droid are from actually 1999. And the gentleman sold me those pins for $5. And then this Darth Vader right here is from Amazon. This is a Obi-Wan Kenobi pin, and the lightsaber moves. So this is my miscellaneous Star Wars pin backpack. Now, like I said, my arms, whoo, felt like I got to a workout because those pins are heavy, and they're definitely heavy when you put it in your back. But those are the 3 backpacks that I have designated for Star Wars. I do have one more SB backpack that I'm going to try to put all my Star Wars Celebration Euro 2023 pins, but I think I'm going to have to try to get in the second backpack. So it's a lot of pins, but like I said, people collect, like I said, Hasbro, people collect Legos, Funkos. There's a lot of things you can get at Star Wars Celebration, but for me, and especially my boy Tony, the hunt for these pins are so fun. When you're able to just say, I finally completed a whole set, which I was able to say this year. This year was crazy that I was able to say I got every single pin. It was a lot of money, was a lot of time spent, but it felt so good to finally complete at least one year, right? So Tokyo is coming up 2025. I know I'm going. I know my boy Tony's going. We're really interested in seeing how the pins are going to be in Star Wars Celebration Tokyo. We're going to have some samurai samurai Darth Vader, but samurai characters, because I know they've done a samurai figure of Darth Vader, stormtroopers, Boba Fett. So are we gonna have kind of like Japanese theme samurai pins? Are we gonna have pins with Japanese lettering? We don't know. But all I know is for sure your boy and Tony are going to try to get all Chase's celebration store and exhibit floor. So I know this is a long video. What we got? 30 minutes. I appreciate you guys watching this video. So it wasn't necessarily unboxing. It's a long video, but I wanted to show you guys for a long time my Star Wars Celebration pin collection. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe. More videos coming out soon, like that Star Wars 2023 pins. I will get that video out to you guys soon. Peace.